Well, just before Christmas, we had a parcel arrive, and it's part of Daryl's Christmas present. So when we looked into it, it's for the van, obviously. But when we looked into it, there's the speedo set, clock set. The ECU, and somewhere lurking in here is the lock set and immobiliser aerial transponder, whatever it's called. But it didn't come with the body control module, which I'd hoped we could just replace the whole lot. So I got in touch with the scrapyard, and they found the, they've sent us a body control module, BCM, and fortunately they still had the vehicle, they hadn't scrapped it. So we now have the whole of the electronics that we need to hopefully get the van sorted. So the next job, I don't know how long it's going to take me, but the next job is to get all these installed, and hopefully then it's going to be a plug and play and we'll be up and running again. Fingers crossed.
So it's a week later. Where are we at?
We're putting it all back together with the original stuff. The ECU that we had, I can't remember where we showed you on that, the sockets don't fit, so it's the wrong ECU for the van. So what I'm doing is putting it all back.
So the clock's come out then?
Yeah, the clock's come out, the original's back in. I'm just putting the original ignition key in, the barrel in, BCM will go in. We decided that we're going to send the ECU off for testing, check the original ECU off for testing, see whether there's a problem in there, and we'll have another update shortly.
Well, that's where we're at the moment, so we will keep you informed. But the ECU that we sent out to us, all had Renault Master and everything written on it.
The lock set had a different registration, didn't it? So.
Yeah, and when we checked the registration on Total Car Check, it was actually for a Citroen car, so totally wrong. But that's where we're at, so we'll do another video shortly of where we're at with the ECU once it's been checked and everything, and hopefully the only good thing to come out of COVID, I suppose, is the fact that we couldn't go away anyway, even if the van was working.
Well, we've had a parcel delivered. I think it's I know it's the ECU and the BCM and all the bits for the van. I spoke to the guys down at ECU Technologies, and they initially tested the BCM with the key and the ECU, and it all hooked up fine and did everything it should do. So I'm not sure whether it just wasn't working because it had gone out of sync or whatever, but they've got it all working with each other and talking to each other. So the next thing is to put it onto the van and see where we get to. Unless it's that present that you bought me, Daryl.
Oh, it's that jewellery, you know, that's those diamonds.
It's a sharp knife. We'll keep the box just in case we have to send everything off somewhere else. Yeah, there's the two body control modules we sent, the new one and the replacement. And the keys. And at the bottom, I assume, is the ECU. So today's job get these fitted back onto the van and see whether, with a bit of luck, we can get the thing started.
So that's cost £54.
And that was including postage.
Yeah, so that's not bad, is it?
No. So everything's tested and sent back for 54 quid. And I think they had obviously insured it for a little bit more than we did when we sent it away. So let's see where we get to again. One thing I didn't say then was that how quickly the turnaround was. They initially said on the phone that it'd be sort of 4 or 5 days. They try and get things turned around within the week. But this was what?
Well, I took it on Monday to.
So they wouldn't have got it till Tuesday.
So they were getting it on when I checked.
Possibly Wednesday.
Well, I checked the tracking number and it said it was delivered at 4 p.m. on Tuesday.
So, and then we've got it back.
It arrived back yesterday morning, which was Saturday morning.
So you know,
very quick turnaround.
Yeah, and when I've spoken to the guys, they really are clued up on what they're doing. So I can't say how well they've helped us out at the moment so far, so we'll see. Well, we've tried the ECU and the BCM in, and the key's locking, unlocking the doors, but we've still got that solid red light on the dashboard. Now I'm wondering, although all the other lights are actually going off now, so there is some progress there, but I'm now wondering whether we've got an issue with the throttle body. Thinking back, a long time ago, we had a problem with the throttle body, and that had blown its fuse. But I don't know where that fuse is. I've looked at all the fuses that I can find. Some help from one of the viewers on YouTube has said try see if there's an isolator switch under the driver's seat. Looked all around there. I've looked at all the fuses I can find, and I can't find one that's blown. Don't know. So it's been back to the drawing board a little bit, but hopefully we'll have to get the auto electrician in, won't we?
I think so.
And let him just do some tracing and see where we get to. But anyway, not as much progress as we'd hoped, but
the story continues.
The story continues.
Saga continues.
Saga continues, yeah. So bear with us.
Where are we up to?
Well, we got the ECU back from ECU Technologies, and they checked it out. I think we said in a previous section that they checked it out with the BCM and the key, and everything was fine on their test bed. Come back, fitted it in. It's still having the immobilizer full on, but a lot of other lights are now going off. I borrowed a diagnostic kit from work last night, and that didn't hook up to the engine, so weren't getting any live data from the engine, unfortunately. That's assuming I'm using the piece of kit right. But now we're wondering whether the immobilizer actually works the starter motor or the fuel pump, because the engine does crank over. So if it's designed to stop the starter motor, then it's not the immobilizer. I think I've still got pressure going into the cylinders at the top of the rail, so that indicates that it might not be the immobilizer at all. But until we get some live data, we won't know any sensors that are out. But I'm now going back and racking my brain. When we first got the van, we had a problem with the throttle body. That had blown a fuse somewhere and had got gunged up. So the guys at a garage replaced that. Unfortunately, the guys are no longer at that garage, so I can't sort of pick their brains. But I'm wondering now whether it's gone through the same thing and broken burnt out the fuse to the throttle body. So if anybody knows where that is, please get in touch. If anybody knows how the immobilizer on a Renault Master actually works, please get in touch and help us out. We are now slowly narrowing it down, and it does help having a little bit of light in the evenings, that we can do a little bit of work when I get home, like putting the diagnostics in and things like that. It's not too dark. But we're still struggling. Appreciate all the comments that people have and the suggestions, and we are sifting through all the suggestions and working out a route. And to me, it's going to be something absolutely stupid, something simple, as these things always are. I think perhaps we went and thought it was a bit deeper than it actually is. I've tried and checked all the fuses that I can find, but if anybody knows of any hidden fuses, again, please let us know. If anybody knows anything about the ambulance systems at all, let us know. But, yeah, so that's we're no further forward, although we are half a step forward.
We're on a time limit now, aren't we? A countdown, really.
Yeah. Obviously, we want to get back into the van as soon as we can, and April the 12th or in May, when we finally let out, then obviously we want to have it ready by then. So we've got a couple of months yet, but we're on a bit of a deadline now. So anyway, see you soon.